Namaskar, everyone. My name is Ramit and I'm from India. I feel very, very happy and honored to be in this TestFlix 2020. Thank you, the Test Tribe, for giving me this opportunity to be among such distinguished group of people and sharing my ideas here today. How to reach out to me is on your screens, 8 minutes. So let's get going. My first message is to people who are from uh, IT industry and who have just started their careers, beginners who are new into this word. My friends, if you are new in IT, please focus on your basics. Make sure that you are learning your basics to the best of your abilities. You are not jumping to the topics which are probably advanced level topics, but you are making sure that you are focusing on the basics, clearing them, making sure that your foundation is very, very strong, and then you can build tall buildings on the top of that very strong foundation. An example is that if you are in automation or if you are trying to move into automation, make sure that you learn the grammar of the language that you are learning. Your grammar, if it is strong, then everything else becomes very, very strong in that language. So if you are learning the literature of the language, for example, it will depend on whether the grammar that you are using for the languages is strong or not. So focus on the basics. Remember, it is I'll not say it is a very cruel word, but it is the word for smart people. And in IT, failure will not leave you easily. So don't worry about it, because if failure will not leave you easily, success will also not remain inked forever. So if you are getting a lot of initial success, uh, don't let it go into your head. Don't let the ego that comes with that success controls you. Focus on that. You need to be humble all the time, and the early you learn this in IT industry, the better for you. uh, think about the work that you are doing. Are you doing good work? And when I say, are you doing good work, you need to ask yourself that, are you doing this good work because you want to get that appreciation from others? Or you're feeling happy then when others come and say, hey, you have done great work, and or you are consciously happy about it. If you're doing your work and you are happy about the work that you are doing, not about the money that you are getting. Please understand, these are two different things. Getting money, I don't think anybody will be sad about getting money, but think about the work that you are doing. Are you happy about it? And if you're not happy about the work you are doing, if it is binding you, if it is forcing you to do something where you don't remain happy, where happiness is not a state for you, probably you are still in your early years. Time to think something else. Do what makes you happy. Your productivity will increase. Your outcomes will be very different from if I force you to do something. So think about it, beginners, please. Then the second group is leads and managers, typically people who have moved from their early career and are into their mid career kind of thing. Leads and managers, get away from your biases, whether these biases are about a technology or these biases are about humans. Get away from them. Don't let these biases take decisions for you, because that will put everybody else around you in trouble. Because now, as a lead and a manager, whatever decision you say, it might be binding on others, or it might be that others are getting affected directly because of the decisions that you are taking. So if there are any biases, hey, Java is the best language for automation. Hey, Python is the only way to do it. Automation is the only way to do it. Uh, Exploratory testing is not good enough in my project, and so on and so forth. There can be n number of such biases with you. uh, if you're keeping those biases with you and taking your decisions based on these biases, my humble request to you is, get away from them. Don't let these biases take decisions for you. uh, Another very, very important thing is, don't let superheroes culture being built in your teams. Why? Because it is when you have a superhero culture, the problem is that a lot of superheroes will have a lot of clashes. Then it will be very, 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 very difficult for you, uh, very, very difficult for you to gel as a team if there are a lot of superheroes. Remember, uh, For example, in a game of football, 11 Ronaldos or 11 Messis cannot win you a match. You need a goalkeeper, you need defenders, you need midfielders, and you need strikers. There should be a proper balance of everything, and that balance can only come if we move away and gel as a team. The team should be the super team, not the individuals who are the superheroes, because then the ego and the biases will be like, I cannot, the team cannot do anything without me. If I leave this project is doomed. As soon as such kind of thoughts start coming in the team, then we are in trouble. So don't let superheroes be in the team. You are the leads and managers, so you need to understand and learn the art of mentoring. uh, a student is as good as the teacher is. uh, and juniors in the team, they learn from what we do as seniors, so we have to be very very careful on what we say or what we do, because that creates a kind of direct impact on the people who are working closely with us. Children watch us very closely, and same is the way it goes up, where when you are little senior in the team, the juniors in the team will watch you very closely. They will be looking very closely at you, and they might will try to follow you, and whatever you do then becomes the way team will work. So make sure that you understand and learn the art of mentoring. Another problem is that our learning or our education system, and this is about the entire world, I'm not just talking about any particular country, it is predicated on the idea of academic brilliance, academic ability. How many marks you got in your engineering, how many marks you got in your any other studies that you would have done. Guys, please understand that focus on finding the real talent rather than focusing on the mistakes that people would have done in their college days. uh, for example, I scored 50% in my engineering. Now I have 18 plus years of experience in IT. Are you going to punish me for the mistake I did when I was 20 years old? Are you going to punish me for the mistakes that I did when I was not as mature as I am? Are you going to check my abilities based on what I did 20 years back? And if that is the confusion, I think you are the guys who can lead us and let the system learn that it is all about talent now, what is required now, rather than what you have done in the past. And finally, understand what kind of culture you want to build for your team, because as a leader, a manager, you are the one who can build that culture for everybody. And I think learn about it, think about it, that what culture you want to have. And finally, my request for the industry leaders, people who are decision makers in our industry, my first request to you guys is that get us away from this labeling of manual tester, automation tester, API tester, this tester, that tester. Don't divide testing community into all these labels. I personally in my trainings call it as racism among the testing world. Uh, but get us away. You are the industry leaders, you are the decision makers, you are the lights that we follow. So my friends, my industry leaders, please get us away from this label of being a manual tester or a automation tester. uh, Another very important thing that request I have to industry leaders is that once that maturity is there, focus on the concept of empathy driven testing. Why I'm saying empathy driven testing, think about it, that if a person is, let us say, testing a medical device, let us say testing a monitor which is going to be used in an operation theater, and on that operation theater, you think about the patient who is lying on that bed, and then when your development and testing will revolve around keeping that patient in mind, the way you are going to approach a problem will be very very different from the way if you only look at requirements and try to see if everything in the requirements have been covered or not. So empathy driven testing, industry leaders can lead industry towards this. So my request, please do it. um, Count your success over a period of time by the smiles and love that you have shared, and not by the products and releases that we have done. Remember, if you keep counting the numbers behind you, you will never reach infinite. Infinite is reached only when you go beyond the numbers. So Stop talking about I did in this project that I did in that. Look at all the colleagues that have worked with you, and all these years, how many of them are still in touch with you? How many times you remember them? How many times they remember you? Are you the first person that people call when they are in times of difficulty? If not, that there is a problem. So help as much people as you can, especially in these tough times. I see uh, a lot of messages on, for example, social media sites that, hey, I have lost the job because of pandemic. Please try to help these people. Don't let people come to you, rather than you go out and start helping people as much as you can. And whenever, and even if you don't have a job, for example, even if you cannot help them, but at least reply to them. If somebody sends you a message, reply to them, and reply with sincerity. Okay, just don't reply for the sake of, hey, I should reply, but reply with all the sincerity that you have. And be like sun. Sun doesn't has to tell you in the morning that, hey, I am here. When the sun rises from the east, everybody knows that sun is here. uh, Focus on the presence rather than the personality. Personality is man-made. You need to do a lot of enormous set of activities to keep the personality running for you. But if you make it more simple, and if it becomes the presence, then you don't have to announce to the world that you are there. You will reach a particular place and people will feel that presence. And that presence can only come with the warmth and love and caring and empathy that you can show towards the people. So stay safe, stay healthy, and I thank you again for listening to me. I hope you would have liked it.